Hello there, welcome back. This is Beverly here. We are playing some Crusader Kings 2, going through a little tutorial here. So, we just started talking about when do you go to war with people? When do you want to do that? I obviously don't want to go to war with, like, the King of France, even if I could. He's just so much stronger than I am. How do I know that? Well, you can kind of tell by looking. But also, if I click on him, and I look over here, I can see some things about him. He has 40 prestige, not a lot. He only has 90 gold, but he has 10,000 troops, 9.98k. How many troops do I have? Possibly 1.37. So, yeah, you can just tell it's not a good idea. If I look at the count of Desmumen, he has 1.07k troops. So I do outnumber him right now, but we're going to get things in order, and we'll outnumber him even more very shortly. I'm going to... So, I guess I should just explain what this is. This is my council. As a ruler, you know, you have people advising you. And a lot of times they're people that... They're important people in your kingdom. Like, this is... My marshal is the mayor of a city. He's the mayor of this city. In this county. And, you know, he's an important person, so I listen to what he says, and he's usually, ideally, people of merit are rulers, and they're also good at telling you what to do. But, not always the case. My steward only has 8 stewardship skills. Not a whole lot, but he also is my nephew. Maybe that's why he's my steward. Nope, I don't really have anybody that's better in my kingdom right now, so... Alright, so what do you do with your council? Well, let's see. Each person has 3 different things they can do. My marshal, I can suppress revolts, train troops. I'm going to have him train some troops, because I need more troops. It's very important right now. My steward, I'm going to have him collect taxes. And my spy master, I don't really know. I'm not really too worried about somebody trying to kill me right now, but I'm going to have him scheme. And that will increase the chance of him uncovering a plot, if there is one against me. Now this guy, he can't improve, since he's my bishop. Well, I'm not going to explain it right now. I'm going to have him improve relations with the Pope, because it's never a bad idea to have the Pope on your side. This Pope doesn't love me. He doesn't hate me, but he has a -4 opinion of me right now. So, we're going to send him to Rome, see what he can do about that. What else do I want to do? Well, my Chancellor is one of the most important guys. He can improve diplomatic relations, he can get people to like you, basically. And he can fabricate claims, which is very important. If you have a claim on a county, that's a cause for war. It's a casus belli. So, this is one of your basic ways to get going to war, especially as a small count or duke. The last one you can do is sow dissent. It's useful sometimes if you want... Basically, it makes people not like people. So if I popped him down in England to sow dissent in England, the King of England would like his vassals less over time, slowly, assuming chances won outright, and his vassals would like him less in return. Just a great way to tear a kingdom apart, but it's not super effective. I'm just going to throw that out there. You know, my first thing is I'm going to get this county under my control, but then I'm going to have to expand out here somewhere. So, I'm going to say, I'm going to try to have him fabricate a claim on the county of Osrage, however you say it. It's going to take some time. As you can see, if you hover over, he's got a 15.78% chance yearly to fabricate a claim. So it takes some time and some luck. But we have time, luckily. I now have 1.37k troops max, but if I go up here to my military tab, I can look at my levies. It's my army levies, and it says from my demesne and from my vassals. Demesne. What does demesne mean? It is a medieval term. Let's look up the definition of that quick, because that's just kind of guy I am. I like to do that stuff for you guys. A land attached to a manor and retained for the owner's own use. In law, it means possession of real property in one's own right. So, it's like I'm talking about how I'm the Duke of this whole these two counties, but really, this is my only county. I could own both these counties, but I don't. This is my only demesne, alright? It's like the only thing that's actually mine. This guy does what I say, but it's not mine. You know what I mean? That makes sense? You kind of have a limit to your demesne. Like, I can only have 2 counties in my demesne. And that's because my martial skill is kind of low. It'll go up with more martial skill, it'll go up with certain laws, but yeah. I forgot what I was talking about that for. I'm so sorry. Alright, I want to raise some troops. So, this is my troops, and these are troops that my vassals give me because they like me, hopefully. If you wanna, we're gonna go over some stuff about how to get more troops from your vassals. Basically, get them to like you more. But, yeah. You can see that there's 3 numbers here. We've raised, unraised, and max total. So, this is the one on the far right is the number of troops I can have. The one in the middle is the number of troops that I have, but I'm not using them. They're not raised. You know, like, raise the troops! And if I do that, if I raise my personal levies, oh, the number changes to 0, and my raised, they're all raised right now. So they're ready for action. They're gonna go there, but I'm not at war, so it's not gonna do anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and disband them right now. I want as many troops as I can get, and this will replenish over time up to this number. So I'm gonna wait a little while, and let's see, we'll let a month pass, and we'll come back. It's now 12:08. That number doesn't automatically update. You have to kind of go away and come back. But there's some other things we can do too. If I go back to my council, I have some minor titles I can give out. These are just like, you know, titles you can hand out to people, like Master of the Horse. And it makes people happy. It makes people like you. It makes them proud. So, let's see. The Earl, or the Count, he likes me 33. If I declare him the Master of the Horse, he's gonna like me 38 now. So he likes me 5 more. That's great. He's gonna give me some more troops now. In fact, let's just look at my vassal troops right now. Right now it's 226. If I assign some of these titles to people that hold counties, or places, then I should get some more troops. On this list, I guess I should go over, it becomes apparent that the people with stuff around them, those are rulers. All these people, they don't have any demesne. And the ones with the blood drops, those are people that are in my dynasty. The ones with the big blood drops means they're a close member of my dynasty. Like, this is my nephew. This guy here, he's in my dynasty, but he's like a cousin, not super close. But these are the 2 people that are powerful, and I want them to like me, so I'm going to give him the title of Master of the Hunt. My High Almoner will be the Bishop, which makes sense. So now we have 2. If I go back to my military tab, I can see that there's 236 troops. Not a lot more, but it's something. And my Cupbearer, I might as well not even hand this out, because none of those people matter. And I believe this costs money. Yeah. 0.1 gold per month. So, I'm also going to want some commanders for fighting later. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Oh, I already have some automatically assigned. That's great. So we're going to let a little time pass and watch these levies replenish. 12:08, now 12:45. And it's going a little faster because I have my marshal in my county training troops. It increases the size of my levy and increases the levy reinforcement rate by 75%. Levy size only by 37.5, which is dependent on his martial skill. But the replenishment rate, I believe, is always 75%. So, yeah. My liege, my mission to Rome has so far been a success. During my visits to the court of Pope Alexander II, I seem to have managed to make him like you more. Won't update until after this event is done, but now he likes me positive 11. Not super awesome, but whatever. It's fine. It's just fine. So I'm just gonna wait until I have my full levy here, and then we'll just go to war. It's that simple. Sometimes I like to start it as 1 count, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I figured 2 counties was enough. It'll allow me to have more troops than the people around me, and we can just get started. Now, my Chancellor has a message for me. My liege, my work on Osrage seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, exhorting, threatening, and forging documents, I have managed to fabricate a claim on the county of Osrage, presently held by Earl Domhnall of Osrage. I leave it up to you whether to use it or not. If I use it, it's going to cost me 26.9 gold and 100 prestige. I only have 150. But I will get a strong claim on the county of Osrage, which is a cause for war. Casus Belli, which is what I want. If I let it go, if I could, no, it's fine, I'll get 10 piety. Now, obviously this guy is not going to like me if I do this. Negative 20 for 10 years. I'm going to do it anyway. I want it. Let's see, let's look at his troops. 1.45k. So he's even stronger than this guy, but he's next. Let me tell you what. Let's see. One other thing I'm going to want to do. Yeah. So, when I married my wife, I got a non-aggression pact with her dad, the king of England, or Denmark. Over here, Denmark. Danmark. Dan's my name. Really. So, it's a very cool country name. But, he's not gonna, like, come help me in war. It just means he's not gonna attack me and I'm not gonna attack him. But since we have that bond, we can form an actual alliance, but he's not really willing to. So one thing I might try to do is, now that I have enough claims to keep me busy for a little bit, I'm going to improve diplomatic relations with the King of Denmark. And that's where the shield is, so that's where he is. So if I put my Chancellor there to improve relations, he's going to improve it with the King of Denmark. And maybe with a little time, he'll accept an alliance. And that means he could help me in every war. And just, it's a little far away, so I might not always make it over to help, but not a bad idea. And same with my son's betrothed. Her brother is the King of France. So I could form an alliance with him, but he also isn't too keen on that. Part of this is because I'm just a small duke in Ireland, and these people are like King of Denmark, King of France. So yeah, this is what's happening. We're just waiting and waiting a little bit. Oh, my levy is full. So, let's see. I have 1.66k troops now compared to his 1.21. I like those numbers a lot better. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to declare a war. Click send. And the war is on. This little guy popped up. That brings up the war score screen. And, let's see. What does it say? Munsterian Desmondian de jure war over that word. So, why does it say Munster and Desmondian? Well, that's going to be confusing sometimes because, like, in the same way that I'm not really a petty king, I'm a duke. This isn't really Mumu, it's Munster. And that just goes into, like, because I'm an Irish culture, and in the Irish culture, this is called this. But this uses, I don't know, English. The English name for it, maybe the most accepted name for that territory. So that can be a little confusing, but don't think about it too much. This is correct. This is the right war. And in the middle here we have war score. War score is basically what you use. You fight battles and you get war score, and you get to, you know, force peace and make them do what you want to do when you have 100 war score, sometimes less if they're feeling weak. So that's how wars are won. How are wars fought? I'm so glad you asked. Very important question. I'm going to go over here to my military tab. I'm going to raise my personal levies. I'm going to raise my vassals levies. Let's just dismiss them again real quick. And you can see my domain levies, my Demesne levies, come up in the county that I own. My vassals levies, well, they're coming up all over the place. So these 200 troops are from this count. The Earl Ragnvald of this place. And I've got, if I click on this again, 45 troops from the mayor here. And maybe the bishopric? Nope, just the mayor. The bishop likes the Pope more than he likes me, so he's not going to listen to anything I say. It's just the way the world works in this time. So I'm going to combine all my troops into one army. I'm going to slow things down here. War can get complicated very quickly. what's they call it the fog of war, you know, once war started, all bets are off, that whole thing. So you want to slow down a little bit when you're at war. A lot of times numbers is the basic thing of this, but what's this bar here that's filling up? That's your morale. Okay? When your morale goes all the way down, you're retreating. When we fight, we're fighting to destroy the other army's morale. And yeah, like I said, once we get all their morale down, by basically killing a good chunk of them, they'll run away and they'll shatter and retreat, you know, probably up to Scotland or Wales or something. But yeah, that's how armies fight. I'm just waiting for my morale to finish boosting. When you first raise your levies, your morale is not at 100%, so it takes a little time to get it up there. What's this little thing that popped down? Oh, it's just an alert telling me that my vassals, you know, like, don't love having their troops called away to war. And over time, I'll get a debuff. They will not like this. So right now it's only -1 to their opinion of me. If I hover over here, I can see raised levies, -1. But over time, that'll go up. That's fine. That's just fine. What is this? I've got 3 different flanks that battles fight on. I'll show you that during the battle. I'm not at 100%, but I'm at 97. It'll probably be 100 by the time I get there. Yep, there's 100. So we'll slow down even more for the battle. Battle is fought on 3 flanks. 3 flanks go up against each other. The middle flank is the most important one, probably, because... Oh. My spy master has discovered a plot where Brian, my son, wants to kill me. Well, we'll handle that in a minute. That's just great. That kind of thing happens all the time. So, we've got 3 dots here. That means all 3 flanks are full. All 3 flanks are full for him, too. But if you look at these numbers, you can see the middle flank for both of us is the actual full one. And on my right flank, I have 44 troops. On his right flank, he has 59 troops. Much fewer troops. My left flank should demolish his left flank, though, so that's good. I don't know about this right one. And once a flank gets destroyed, like let's say this flank destroys this one, they will come and attack this middle flank as well, and they'll get a flanking bonus because, well, that's what flanking is, people. That's what flanking is. You're trying to fight somebody, and somebody comes from the side. You're not ready for it. So some days are passing. You can see these are the casualties on both sides. Basically pretty even right now, but he's starting to lose a little more. Basically comes when they start running away. That's when they start losing troops big time. I've not even chasing him. I'm flanking. I'm focusing on flanking instead. He's chasing my guys down on this flank. Pursuit tactic. So I'm still losing troops. I'm not killing anybody. I'm just running away. And in the middle here, got this guy flanking. That's good. Looks like we're winning the middle flank. He's still chasing that guy. Okay, so he's coming on my flank now, but they ran away. And we've got this battle in the bag, baby. What are all these things? These are the actual troops that are fighting. He's got light infantry, pikemen, archers, heavy infantry, light cavalry. The main backbone of your armies, especially as a Catholic king in the Middle Ages, is your heavy infantry. So these guys are all support. Pikemen are better at defending, stuff like that. Cavalry is good for chasing down defeated armies. So this screen's going to pop up after every battle. Just, you know, talks about what happened. Basically, I lost 220 troops, he lost 367. It might not seem like a big victory, but what we have now is 20 war score, and the war is basically in our control. We have, I don't even know what you would call it. What's the word I'm thinking of? Not decisive. We have, well, not advantage. It's not the word I'm looking for, but we have the advantage. So things are going swimmingly. And right now, I'm just going to leave my army parked here, and as you can see, there's an animation going on. I'm sieging down his castle. How do you siege? You just wait. You wait him out, you know. It's going to take time. My morale is ticking back up from the battle, and the castle's morale is going to slowly tick down. And once it drops to 0, they'll surrender. They'll be like, dude, we're starving. We give up. Whatever you want. So we're just going to speed things up a little bit. As you can see, his army shattered away, shattered retreat. Basically, you know, they're like, oh shit. And they just ran and ran and ran. And they're going to regroup probably over in Scotland here. Come back and fight me. Yep, they're already about coming back. They're probably going to try to siege down my territory. I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if we'll go fight him or if we'll continue sieging. We'll discuss that in the next episode. Thanks so much for joining me. See you in a second.